Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We have a straight to the point video here today. We don't have a lot of time. We have a lot of information to cover, so let's get straight to it. The main things that are dominating the headlines here today. Queen Elizabeth II of Britain, world's longest serving monarch, dies at age 96. Now, this is not going to have too many political or stock market effects right off the jump, but things could develop. So something to put in there. The markets actually might be a little bit slower throughout the rest of today. Ever since this news came out at about 1:30, things have just been moving really slow. People are not really talking about company news. If you look on CNBC or really any news site that focuses on business, they're all talking about Queen Elizabeth II passing away. So it could be a little bit slower. Definitely throughout the rest of the day today, if not tomorrow as well. The biggest thing revolving actual financial conditions or news is Fed Chair Powell. He vows to raise interest rates to fight inflation until the job is done. Key points. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said Thursday he is, quote, strongly committed to fighting inflation. The Fed has raised benchmark interest rates 4 times this year, with the Fed funds rate now set in a range between 2.25% and 2.5%. This was the Fed Chief's last publicly scheduled appearance before the central bank's September 20th through 21st meeting. Now, he basically said 50, 75 basis points, they're not off of the table. And Fed Bullard also today as well said the same exact thing. So what's going to happen is whatever the markets are pricing in by September 21st is what we are going to get. And right now, 87% of market participants are expecting a 75 basis point rate hike. So that's probably what we are going to get. Now, keep in mind, we have the CPI report coming out next Tuesday, and that will be the most important data point that we are going to get up until that September meeting. So depending on whatever that happens and whatever that causes, right, with the federal funds rate projections, well, that is what we are going to get, whatever is priced in with over 60% probability. Now, Fed Bullard also came out today and said that he sees the federal funds rate, like the terminal rate, in between 3.5% and 4%. And believe it or not, the bullish part about that is if we get a 75 basis point rate hike at the September 21st meeting, well, the interest rate right now, the federal funds rate is at 2.5%. If we get a 75 basis point rate hike, well, that puts us at 2.75%. 3.25%. And at that point, you only have a 25, basis point rate hike to go until you're at 3.5%, or even at the high end 4%, that would be another 75 basis point rate hike. So either way it looks as of right now, if Fed Bullard is correct, you're going to get a 75 basis point rate hike September 21st. And then a 25 basis point rate hike, which would be very bullish. And that's why the markets kind of took it as a bullish thing. Or you get a 75 basis point rate hike and then another 75 basis point rate hike, and then the Fed's done. So either way you put it, there's at the max 3 more rate hikes, at the very minimum 2 more rate hikes to go. And when you're looking at it like that, it's pretty easy to get bullish 6, 9, 12 months down the line. And if you're going to be bullish down the line, you want to buy stocks today. And that's why the markets are up over 0.5% here today on the S&P 500 after seeing this drop really seemed like it came out of nowhere. Fed Jerome Powell, he did speak early in the day today, so it's pretty unclear what caused this just big move to the downside. Probably a Fed speaker or a comment or analyst note, something along those lines probably did it. Now, throughout the rest of this week, specifically tomorrow, you have Fed Evans that speaks, wholesale inventories month over month, Fed Waller that speaks, and Fed George that speaks. Fed Evans speaks at 10 a.m., wholesale inventories at 10 a.m. as well. Fed George speaks at 12 p.m., and Fed Waller also speaks at 12 p.m. as well. And those guys, they could move things around, but I wouldn't expect a huge market move. I think a lot of the markets are going to wait until that CPI report does come out next Tuesday. Now, as far as the Ortex data and AMC stock, the estimated short interest of free float is sitting at 21.54%. The free float out on loan 38.03%. Shares out on loan 196 million. Days to cover 4.32, and cost to borrow at 18.34% and 100% share utilization. Cost to borrow average is at 25.16%, cost to borrow max at 32.31%, and cost to borrow minimum at 19.21%. As far as the option activity, you're seeing 9% positive order value for the day, so not very bullish across the board. Now, I really want to say in regards to AMC, in regards to ABE, any potential momentum runners or just the stock market in general, I think a lot of people are overly bearish as of right now. If CPI does not come in lower than what it did last month, if we get a trend reversal, which would be a very negative thing, well, that's going to be very, very bad. And the stock market would fall dramatically, right? 3-4% negative day wouldn't be out of the cards at that point. But I think it's very well known at this point that CPI is probably going to come down again, because a lot of it is based off of food and energy, and those prices have started to roll over the last couple of weeks, over the last month and a half or so. So I think at this point, CPI comes in good, then the markets are going to react bullishly. And specifically, the sectors of the markets that are going to perform the best are going to be stocks like AMC, stocks like GameStop, BBBY. Those stocks, to see them up over 20% on CPI day will not surprise me at all. But to also see some potential fear tomorrow, Friday, as well as on Monday before Tuesday, that would also not surprise me. So I think there is actually a trade on both sides right now to, potentially short the markets before CPI and potentially go long after CPI, because let me tell you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know what the trading algorithms are going to do, because let's be honest, the trading is done by trading algorithms. But I do imagine that after CPI, just like we seen last time around, that gave us that summer rally, you're probably going to see that same effect happen again, because everyone is so negative, and the stock market has dropped 8.5% still over the last month, including the rally that we have seen yesterday and today. So we still have a lot of ground to make up from what we have since, fallen from, right? The markets were just at that 430 range not too long ago. Now we're sub $400. I think there is room to the upside here, but not everything is going to react the same way, right? A lot of your value stocks are not going to react as bullishly to a positive CPI than something like a momentum stock or growth stocks. And I think that is potentially where the big money could be made in this specific trade idea. But keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not your parents. I am not your uncle that tells you to buy stocks or don't buy stocks. I'm not that person. So come to your own conclusions. This is what logically makes sense to me, so I wanted to share the mindset with you guys since it is right around the corner. And if you were looking to make a trade, well, maybe this put it into context a little bit more for you guys and the situation that is currently unfolding in the stock market. So that is pretty much going to be all for this video. Nothing really is going on with AMC or APE today in a very, big way. AMC is above that $8.50 mark that I have been watching very, very closely. It looks like we've found support, potentially hit a bottom around $8.50. So that is a very bullish thing. APE is up about 0.10% today. AMC up 1.67% today. So all in all, a net positive, up about 1.8% today on your AMC position, but nothing to necessarily write home about. The MACD extremely negative for AMC stock. Still in the RSI, extremely negative on the oversold side. Definitely due for a major bounce, and I think that could come after CPI. So that is going to be it for this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description as well. Get your free stocks with Webull, Moomoo, and Public if you have not already, because it is free money after all. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.